think this is called the Pleasantville Bridge, but I think it's got another name or a different name. Never been down Toll House Road before, so let's go this way. Ride along the Manatawny Creek.
Hello guys, this is new biker here. Just gave the bike a little bit of a hose down to get rid of some dirt after rain riding. It rains a bit here in London, but you're now watching WaltInPA.
So it goes full circle. We get all the way back to the very first bridge we visited today, which was Greisemer Mill. And of course, I don't think I'll be able to get a picture because I can't really get close, and we've got, even from where I usually park, it's not real good for taking photos. You can't see the bridge and the bike at the same time, so people park here all the time. Not here, but I'm just gonna park right here. Private property, but we'll make it quick. It's funny, this is like a conversation spot, a hollow spot in the road right there. This is should be interesting to edit because there have been points where I let things run when I probably should have cut them. Didn't do the usual in and out of each recording. See how it plays out. You know, now is probably a good time to start heading home. I've got a mountain of work to do. I don't think I've got enough battery to make it down to Chester County. There are no other covered bridges that I could ride out to in the area that I think I'll make it to anyway. So, you know what, maybe we'll take a ride over the Homestead real quick. We're not far from it at all. It gives me an excuse to ride through Douglasville a little bit too. I always like riding there. I guess that means you're stuck with me for a little bit longer, and we need to figure out something to talk about. So, you know, one of the questions that kind of pops up in my mind over and over again with destination rides, especially for me in Pennsylvania, is, you know, we've got lots of covered bridges here, but not all of them are practical, not all of them are close. I mean, granted, there are a number of them that are close. We hit, what did we do? We did Greisemer, Pleasantville, Dreibelbis, and Kutz Mill in about, well, less than 3 hours. There's another 4 off the top of my head that I know of down in Chester County. That would add maybe another hour to the trip. So, I mean, we could hit double digits in no time at all. But I wonder, you know, are there other things that you want to see? I'm kind of fascinated by old gravestones, so if I see an old cemetery, I swing in and I'll kind of poke around a little bit here and there just to look and see how old some of those grave markers are. I'm not sure if you have much of an interest in that sort of thing. We have a lot of old churches here in Pennsylvania too. I'm not religious, so you know, when I look at these, when I stop in an old church and I kind of admire the building, it's not for any religious reason. You know, I'm looking at it purely from an architecture standpoint, you know, just aesthetic. So I mean, I don't know if any of you would be interested in seeing some of the older churches and taking in the sights there. We've got a lot of Lutheran churches in the area. There's a couple of Catholic churches that I'm aware of. An Episcopalian church or two in the area. Then, of course, we have some of the old historical sites like the Daniel Boone Homestead. I'm going to run over there now. You've seen that before. There is a number of entries on the Berks County Historical Registry for these old buildings. Completely just obnoxious, but I just stared at that horse in amazement, wondering if it had some kind of butt plug in, because just it's all Bikes, Beards, and Brews faults for going on that rampage about butt plugs. Now I'm seeing them everywhere. If you haven't seen the What Grinds My Gears, the Ruroc episode, it's well worth your time. So for those of you that are more in the know about horses, what exactly was I just looking at? Looked like a piece of metal just dangling there. There's a couple of ways we can get to the homestead. The most direct route would be to make a right here, but we're not going to do that. We're going to go straight. Then we're going to take the back roads there. That's a historical restaurant that's in the area, the Yellow House Hotel. Good food, a little on the expensive side. It's more upscale. But the sign on the date on the building was 1801. I don't know when it stopped being a hotel and started being a restaurant. I don't think they rent rooms anymore. Oh, before the horse butt plug, I was asking about some of the stuff that you wanted to see as far as destination rides. So, you know, we've got historical places like the Boone Homestead. We've got lots of churches around that we could kind of take in the sights. Well, that one looks kind of bad on the roof. There are a number of just historical buildings around, like old structures that have been deemed historically relevant. So the local historical society takes responsibility for them. You know, they keep them up to date, they revitalize them, that sort of thing. So there are a number of those types of places around. I don't necessarily want to be giving you a history lesson with each place, because then it would mean I would have to do a whole lot of research. Although that could be fun too. Kind of interesting to learn about new things in the area. I don't think you've seen the video for that cemetery yet, but it's kind of sad. On my way out, I noticed a pile in the corner here. They must have taken all the broken headstones, like anything that was kind of broken, and just kind of piled it up in the corner. It was kind of depressing just seeing a stack of broken headstones. this, the Daniel Boone Homestead, I don't know. I just kind of do a lap through here every once in a while, just to kind of looking around. And I've always wanted to take the bike kind of onto the historical site, because it's separate. It's segregated. This is like a loop that anyone is welcome to come and walk. You see a lot of people walk their dogs on this. But off of this road is a historical area where it's walking only. I don't think pets are allowed back there or anything like that. But that's where all the cool stuff is, you know. So I'd love to get the bike back there and, you know, take a picture with my modern Street Fighter in front of the house Daniel Boone was born in. You know. Actually, I want to get a picture with the sawmill. It's probably my favorite building here. I've seen them use it once during one of their event weekends, and it was super cool. So it's just become my favorite building, and I'd love to get a picture with it. And the bike, of course. Not that they have anything to do with one another. Just think it would be cool. So that's the barn back there in the distance, that red building. Busy day. Not usually this many cars here. Usually when there are a lot of cars, they're parked on the outside and it's just people walking the loop. I don't think they have anything going on today, but I could be wrong. Okay, a lot of that too. Photographers here. See what I mean? I could get it's just right over there. All right. Not a bridge. Well, there's a bridge down there. Not covered bridge, but oh, one more stop. What is this? I'm not sure what they use that building for, but it's not historical. Not like the rest. All right, let's rock and roll.